I actually had a pastor, at another church I attended once say that, since we've talked about apologetics and politics today, he's once said, we as the church, we should get out of politics. We should kind of just judge it from an outsider's perspective. What would be your response to that?
I would say if you say that, A, you don't believe the gospel is all that important, and B, you haven't really read the scriptures. Because
Yeah.
the gospel is impacted by politics. In fact, the very fact that we can even do this podcast right now or this YouTube session is because politically we allow religious freedom in this country. But we couldn't do this in North Korea. We couldn't do this in China. We couldn't do this in Saudi Arabia. We couldn't do this in Iran. Why? Because politically they've ruled this kind of communication out. They've ruled churches out too. So politics affects our ability to actually carry out the Great Commission and live the way Christ wants us to live. It doesn't mean it's our number one priority, but it's very important. Politics is important. And number two, Jesus got involved in politics. Why? Who did he go after? He went after the Pharisees. Who were the Pharisees? They were on the Sanhedrin, some of them. They were the religious and political leaders of Israel, and Jesus excoriated them. In other words, he scolded the politicians for neglecting the weightier matters of the law. Matthew chapter 23. He says, you're tithing your spices, but you're neglecting the weightier matters of the law, faith, justice, these kinds of things. So we're supposed to be involved politically, and we're supposed to be caring about how justice is done in our society. Again, it might not be our number one priority, but it certainly affects our number one priority, and it still is important.